last but not least, which is very important, we touched on it earlier, college tuition going up, college loans.
Yeah.
The government's in the
Right.
business now of that. What is your take on that issue?
Families across the Hudson Valley, and I hear this all the time, and I have a son in college. And I have one son who finished college. And folks are being asked to spend enormous amounts of money on their children's tuition, and college students' tuition and fees. $50,000 a year and more. How many families in the Hudson Valley can afford that kind of money for tuition? Most of us can't. Most people can't. So yes, they look for student loans, and the federal government actually controls most of the student loans. And the interest rates on student loans that the federal government is charging are outrageous. They are sky high. And why? Because again, bureaucrats of the federal government said, let's actually make this a profit center for the federal government. And some of it was part of the Affordable Care Act. How are we going to get money out of the American public to pay insurers and bureaucracies? Oh, well, we'll make student loans more expensive. That's crazy. So you're absolutely right that educational institutions say, well, as long as families are looking to the federal government to help them out on this, we'll keep hiking tuitions, because that's something we can do. We'll wait for somebody to say no. It's an outrage. And in fact, there are colleges that won't participate in
Yes.
some of those loan programs.
What can you do as a
And
member of
just
Congress?
as an example, tuition fees, $17,500 at one of those colleges in Pennsylvania. And that's the rational level for
Yeah.
tuition for college education.
So do you think
the
if
federal government is definitely keeping,
So you think if the federal government
costs
either
high.
reduced or got out of it altogether, that the tuition would go down because the market would?
I think the federal
what you're
government should have compassion for college students, for folks who want to get a college education, and not charge outrageous interest rates for these loans. I think colleges should step back and parents, consumers should look and say, are we really getting the value we deserve for the enormous amount of money we're putting into these colleges? And could we please have respect for the trades, for the skilled trades and crafts? Because I think they are neglected in this country.
Well, it seems like they're going away.
It's a terrible thing. Why? We need to respect and to train for the skilled trades, because they're a very important part of our economy. They're great jobs. When I was growing up, I lived in a small town in Indiana. My dad's an accountant. The fellow next to us was a mechanic. Across the street, a carpenter, plumber, engineer over here, another accountant here, salesman, electrician. We had it all. Everybody respected each other. Everybody, had their home, and we were all in the same neighborhood, and it was great. And there was not this attitude that the only way a young person can have a worthy career is to spend 4 years at an overpriced college, and that's just wrong.